souls and all my damn souls in between. Welcome back to another week of Old Soul in the Young World with your host, Jesse Ellie.
What up, what up, what up?
Hey! We got a very special guest on the show this week. A big label, a big name signed to a big label in Boston. We got BML JR.
Thank you. What up, what up? How
poppin'?
you doing? How you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty well. Thank you for asking. Thank you for having me here as well.
Yes, we're so glad to have you here. And you know, one of the main reasons we wanted to have you here was DTW Entertainment.
Definitely. Family.
Yay.
Shout out to DTW, you feel me?
Hey. DTW is doing some big things in Boston, putting some big names on to their record label and, you know, trying to get artists from here to come up and trying to put their stories out. And could you just tell the people kind of who you are, what you're about, and what you do? Are you a rapper, singer?
Definitely.
What you do?
So, I am BML JR. I'm 22 years old. I am an artist/songwriter from Boston, Massachusetts. And I've been doing music. I've taken music seriously since about the age of 16. I started music at the age of 12. But yeah, I've just been working on my craft every single day since then.
Hey, that's dope. He's dedicated to winning. You already know. You already know. Can I fill this cup for you?
Yep, no problem. Go ahead.
And so, BML, when did you actually get affiliated with DTW, or when did you meet Joey or any of the members that got you kind of put into that group?
So I met Joey about 4 or 5 years ago, and me and him just clicked ever since. I guess one of his students had put him on to me, and he just reached out through there, and we just kicked off great vibes, you feel me? So
Yeah.
he kind of took me under his wing, you know, introduced me to shows and people, and just teaching me around the ropes, because obviously I'm learning myself, but
Facts.
he's teaching me different things. So it's like I got to meet new people, and during all that I got to meet Party Boy like a couple years ago. So shout out Party Boy. And then, you know, I met Johnny and Kazi, you know, last year. So ever since then, we just been running. We've been clicking tight. It's a family, so, you know.
That's fire. And it's super dope because we've had multiple of the artists from DTW on here, and the main keyword that I hear you guys say is family. You know what I mean? It's not a team. It's not my partners. It's not a brand. It's family, you know? And when people define family, it's like, oh, biological. Do you feel like to you, like, what makes them kind of like a family or somebody that you would refer to that as?
I hear that a lot. A lot of people say people can't be a family unless it's blood, but honestly, you choose who you want to be a family, because 9 times out of 10, there's a lot of people that don't be there for you. So it's like you choose who you want around, and I'm a very big person on vibes. I observe before I interact or I do this and that. I like to observe, you know? So
Facts.
Once I observe and I pick up vibes, if I'm rocking with you, I'm rocking with you. If I don't, you'll feel it. So it's like meeting everybody that's on the DTW label, we all just instantly like connected. It's just like a brotherhood. We feel each other's pain. We know what we've been through. I know that Joey, Johnny, Ashley, everybody got my best interest. They got the best interest for their artists, you know? So
yeah,
that's it.
That's beautiful. And that's mad rare too, like being able to find a team or a group of men even that you can like trust and rely on and know got your back and are not gonna try to, you know, come for you or be a competition to you. It's more of a let's build together type vibe.
Definitely.
So that's super special. And especially like you said you're 22, like so that's you're young, but that's amazing because that's where you should be at this time coming up in the music scene. You know what I mean? Like great time to start. But you started very young. You said like 12 you got interested in music and you started making around 15, 16. Like what was your inspiration behind yourself even getting involved or started to be interested in the music industry?
So when I tell people this, they often look at me like, huh? But the way I got into music is tragedy. You feel me? At a young age, I was introduced to tragedy. I don't like to talk about it, but, you know, my pops, he went to prison. You know, he's serving 25 to life right now. it's just something that's played a bigger part than people will ever know, because it's just something I don't speak about. Tragedy brought me pain, and I needed an outlet in order to be able to express myself. So, you know, my brothers and everything, they do music, so, you know, they used to write their raps and all that, but I used to write my raps silently in my room because I knew I wasn't nice, you know, writing whack rhymes and everything. So one day they just overheard me rapping, and they told me like, yo, bro, you just got to keep going and keep going and keep going. So every day I perfected, and I work on my skill, I work on my craft, and I am who I am now. So
yeah,
definitely.
that's amazing. Good for you, and thank you for even sharing your story and being willing to like open up about that, because I'm sure there's a lot of, you know, young artists around here or all across the world who have gone through similar or comparable loss. And it's like sometimes when we suffer tragedy, it's the only thing that pushes us to be greater and to find that like inner motivation to be like, yo, I'm not gonna walk down the same path. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Did you ever feel like when you were kind of getting into music and going through that struggle that there was like a fine line where you could have gone in an opposite direction?
I definitely did went the opposite direction. So that's how I know that's how I know who I am today, because at the age of 13, I'll put it like this. Going through tragedy, you start going through a lot. So at the age of 12, I started smoking.
Yeah.
At the age of 13, I started hanging with the wrong folks. By the age of 14, I don't like to talk about it, but, you know, I started doing things, blah, 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 jumping in the streets, hanging with wrong people, blah, blah, blah. Age of 15, I'm starting to learn more about myself, you feel me? I'm starting to discover my talents. These are my guys. At the same time, I got to get my head on straight. So there's a lot of things that I've been through, a lot of stuff that I don't talk about, but I definitely went down that wrong path. But knowing that I got a mom who loves me and a gift, a talent that I can use to take myself farther, take the people, the ones that I love around farther, I'm going to do what I got to do and handle my business. So
Facts. And that's the, you know, that's the high of it all, when you can really look past what you've been through and be like, yo, but this is where I'm going, you know, or this is where I need to be. And it's cool too, because you're picking out like the positives. Like it's not all negative. Even though there are negatives, they build up those aspirations and those positive things. Like you have that support from certain people in you that can keep you moving forward. So
definitely.
Shout out to you.
Thank
for
you,
real.
thank you.
Yeah, of course. And you know, I just curious for myself, and you know, I was trying to get an answer before we started the show, but I was like, you know what, let's wait until we're actually chopping it up. I'm curious about your name, BML JR. When we first started, I was like, BML Jr. He was like, nah, not the junior, it's the J.R. Where does that originate and come from?
Okay, so the JR. I mean, honestly, I don't get mad when people say junior, because it does also play a part. Growing up, like I said, my brothers used to teach me music and everything. So a lot of people sometimes, they used to be like, you know, you look like a junior version of your little brother. I mean, your big brother. Or so I kind of just, it's kind of like an inspiration, but I just took JR. You feel me? Like I just decided to make it JR instead of junior. But BML, that comes from me. It stands for By My Lonely.
Wow.
I've always felt like that since the age of 11, 12, you know, considering after everything that I went through. Even though I had people there, even though I have people that love me, I always felt alone by my lonely, you know. So being alone, I've learned to be able to be comfortable with myself. I don't need nobody. I'm able to be alone, even though times get tough, even though times get rough. You're going to be alone. You're born alone. You die alone. So
yeah,
that's what it stands for.
Facts.
And I stamped that By My Lonely to the grave. So that's what it is, BML JR.
See, it's crazy because when I went on the website to look at your bio and shit, it said, there was like a picture at the top, and it said By My Lonely. And I literally did not put together the BML and the By My Lonely. So that shit's fire, because like within that name, it's already telling a portion of
who I am,
who you are. Yeah. So it's really dope that you connected that and resonated with that. And speaking of resonating, JR has this story that he puts out through his music, and whether it be, it's crazy too, because I can't define you as a rapper. I can't define you as a singer. I can't define you as pop, hip hop, reggae. I don't know what to call you, but you're like a flow, you're a vibe.
So you said it earlier. That kind of gave me a word. You said flowetry, and I'm
flowetry.
I like that.
Yes.
I really like that. You feel me? So it describes like how I am. I wouldn't limit myself. I wouldn't categorize myself. I would say I'm very versatile. I would say I like to consider myself an artist because no matter what genre it is, I know I can deliver. I know I can hit those pockets. I know I can give you what you want. I know I can give you that turn up, that sad music if you want to be in your feelings, if you want to dance, you want to turn, whatever, it don't matter. I just know I can deliver. So
facts.
Just like you said, I love the word flowetry. So
and it's two things, because I consider myself a flowetry flowet, because I do poetry, but I do spoken word poetry.
Oh, okay.
So like when I was growing up, I was on a spoken word team at my high school, and we actually ended up going to MIT to this competition called Louder Than a Bomb.
Oh, that's lit.
Yeah, so like it's like hip hop and poetry are the closest things that people don't know. You know what I mean? Because where does lyricism come from? Where does wordplay come from?
It's like brother and sister, to be honest.
Exactly. It's rhyming. Like, where did Tupac and Biggie get their lyrics? You know what I'm saying? Like, where did all these wordplays? That's poetry. That's people sitting down, looking at their lyrics, writing, thinking about, you know what I'm saying? So it's just when you associated with flowetry, it's like, I feel that because I never know what to categorize myself. Like, I have like a freestyle out with my friends, and it's like, it's funny because people be like, oh, you rap, oh, you sing. No, I flow.
Yeah, I'm expressing myself.
Exactly. So. Like, I like to speak on a beat. That's what I like to do.
Definitely.
And sometimes it's, people don't understand the difference between like, oh, well, why don't you just be like a motivational speaker or something? It's different when you're doing it on a beat with intention. You know what I'm saying? With that, I don't know, that positive intention or negative intention or whatever it is. And when I was going through your songs and your track list, it's exactly what you said, because like one song would be mad hype. Then I go to the next song was like a love song. Then I go to the next song was like a sad song about like the pain and the shit and like blah, blah, blah. And like, I was like, oh, wow, he is so diverse. Like, you don't see this shit, especially from a younger head coming from Boston. So
thank you.
Yeah. And for Resonate, so your albums or your mixtapes were Resonate and Resonate 2?
Yes. And then I have another tape that I just dropped, a little EP in December called For the Hell of It. That was but not old songs, but old to me, new to y'all. Yeah. So it was also introducing a couple of the guys from BML. So that's how it was.
That's dope. That's fine. And out of those 3 EPs, mixtapes, albums, whatever you want to call it, do you personally resonate with one of those more than another?
I do. I think I resonate with number 1 more.
Okay.
People would probably think it would be number 2, but I would say number 1 more because number 1, I was really in a mode where I was just like going through heartbreak and pain and everything, and it was the same for Resonate 2, but Resonate 1, it was different. Like I can't describe the feeling. It was just, I don't know. It was just pain, So it was like I was just able to let my message be known. I think it was different because there's a song on there called Confessions, right? And I was never gonna release this song because it's a song that's personal to me. So my brothers ended up telling me, go ahead and release it, bro. And it did more numbers than I thought it would. So I also let people know who I am through that. So if you ever go listen to Confessions, like I let you know, I don't really like talking about my life story, but if you go listen to Confessions, you will know all about me.
Right.
That's
your way of putting it out there.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. That's dope. And one song, there was a lot, you have a lot of good hits. Like, you have a lot of hitters. So, like, anyone listening in, make sure you go check out BML because, like, his shit's fire.
Thank you.
But there was one song that at the Maverick and Friends show when you performed it on stage, and when I listened back, like, I don't know, just the tone of the song, the lyrics in the song, the truth of the song, like all of it is just so real, and it seems like, I don't know, like you seem so many years ahead of like where you're at in this. And that one was Tell Me Something.
Tell Me Something?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Tell Me Something is definitely like
yo, you had your little hype crowd on the ground. Everyone was around you in a circle like,
it was fun.
like everyone was going
We had to
lit.
turn up. That's definitely that's definitely one of the songs out right now that's buzzing. If you all are checking in right now, make sure you go view that BML JR Tell Me Something.
Facts.
On all platforms, plus the videos out on YouTube. So that one was a real life. Everything that I write about is real life. That's why I think people can relate to it, because I don't like to put on no facade. I don't like to talk about things that I don't have, even though I can foreshadow it and speak it into existence. But it's like, nah, you're here in time with me, so I want you to be able to see the glow up and see how far I came. You feel me? So
Facts.
That's exactly what it is. But Tell Me Something was like a heartbreak / honeymoon phase. You feel me? So
yeah, it felt like it.
It's like I wanted to explain like I'm the catch, but you're the catch at the same time. You feel me? Like, I know we both going through things, but like one of the lines, I give 50, you give 50, we 100, because it's hard. Sometimes we give 100 or 100, you feel me, to someone else, and we just end up destroying ourselves. So it's like, I give half of me, you give half of you, we become together as one.
Yeah. And, and I think that applies also, like, not just to relationships romantically, but like friendships or partnerships or with your family. Like,
Definitely.
how can you give more than anybody else? You know what I'm saying? Because like when you do, it always, I feel like, comes back to you in like in a negative. Like you have to meet people halfway for it to be a real, genuine connection.
That's a fact.
Even with it, whether it's family, whether it's like blood or not blood, like whether it's with DTW or with your mom, you want them to meet you there too.
Definitely.
So that song's super fire. And, guys,
thank you.
If you haven't heard that, make sure you go check that shit out.
Make sure you go check it out right now.
And like I said, so you performed that at the Sinclair for Maverick and Friends, for DTW's kind of release, I guess, party of like having you as a new signed artist. How did you feel about performing there and being signed under DTW, like while you're performing there that night?
Well, I could say I felt great. It was a great turnout considering the fact that, everything that's going on in the world right now with COVID and everything. So that was honestly my first show back after 2 years.
Wow.
I haven't done shows since...
Damn, you killed it.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
I hadn't done shows since 2019. My last show was like in Cambridge or something.
Yeah.
Now, I hadn't done a show since then, but I just know I'm confident within myself. So, once I step onto that stage, it just feels like home.
Yeah.
I just know what to do. It's authentic. You feel me? It's just natural.
Facts. And, like, it's super dope, too, like, when hearing you talk and, like, what you've gone through and, the key word that you just said, like, that you have confidence. And a lot of people, I think, nowadays, whether it be because of social media or, like, mental health or just, like, doubting themselves, because there are a lot of young artists out here. I just don't think everyone believes in themselves to get to the point to make it. You know what I mean? Where does that, like, motivation or self-confidence or, like, whatever come from, like, within you? Like, what actually makes you keep going?
Excuse me. I would say it's two things. I would say maturity, because going through trauma at a young age, I had to mature very early. So, like, you understand, oh so young world, that's kind of how I feel. I had to mature very early. I had to learn the rules to the world, you feel me? I had to kind of become also man of the house growing up. So I would say...
That was like a perfect answer.
Yeah. I would also say I made a promise to my mom when I was 16 as well. I promised her, Mom, I'm going to get you everything you deserve. And that's always stuck with me because it's like, even when I want to give up, even when I feel like I don't want to do this no more because I feel like I don't have the support or I'm just feeling alone, that one memory always clicks into my head. Like, I made a promise to my mom, you're going to get everything you deserve. So I can't give up. I ain't there where I want to be yet. I ain't give her everything that she deserved yet. So, you know.
I feel that. And that's, you know, and that's real. Like, that's some soul values right there. Like, I think, you know, who we are, it really shows based on our intentions. You know, whether you have good intentions or bad intentions, it's all up to you. Nobody's gonna force you to keep being great or force you to keep moving forward. The only person that makes us get up in the morning and keep being motivated or dedicated to winning is us, you know? And it's dope that you like find that somewhere inside, even on your down days. And I mean, I don't know about you, and this is just coming from me, like starting the podcast and it coming to be like about a year now, and seeing like, you know, the ins, the outs, the ups, the downs, going from working between like a couple different people and who has my back. Like, how do you feel like your support system started when you first started putting out your music? Do you feel like people were, or your closest people were like supportive of you, or that strangers were, or like how that kind of grew as you've continued to do your music?
I could say I feel like, you know, obviously when you start building up a skill, your family and friends are always going to be your first supporters and everything. But I always
or your first haters.
Yeah, you know, definitely. So I always asked family members, like, even though I'm doing this is something that I love to do. It's a passion. It runs in my blood. Please keep it 100 with me. When you're not feeling it, let me know. I take constructive criticism very well because at the end of the day, that's what makes us better. If we can take that, and instill it and adapt from it, we're gonna be 10 times better than we just was. So it's like, I don't know. Once again, it's just my mind is trained differently. Like, you know, I'm young but got an old soul. I'm adapted, so I don't know how to explain it.
Yo, it's crazy because it's hard. When I start this, like, I have people on the show sometimes guest, and they cannot grasp the understanding of why I would think I'm an old soul in the young world, or where that definition comes from, or where that meaning comes from. And I think any artist listening in, anybody who's like putting their time, effort, and energy to do something greater than a 9-to-5 or just like a box that their family or the society or culture has put you in, like, you're already winning. You're already becoming greater. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, being young, when I thought I had a dream, and I kept telling my mom, like, my mom's my biggest supporter. So when you say that, like, I'm like, yo, I resonate, because no matter when I was fucking down, when I was depressed, when I was 12 years old and telling my mom, like, I have a purpose. I don't know what my purpose is, but I have a purpose. And I'm fucking over here crying. And my mom's like, Jessie, are you okay? Like, is there anything I could do to like help you? And I'm like, no, I just have a purpose. And she's like, all right, then we'll figure it out. Then in the future, then we'll wait and see and we'll figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And then now, like, when I come here and do the podcast, she's like, yo, like, you see, you know what I mean? And that was like 15 or something years ago, when I'm mad confused and I had no idea in the future what was to come, but something in my soul, something within my being was telling me, you have something you have to do. You know what I'm saying? And it sounds like, from what you're saying, it's like you were in a similar vibe.
I know I was put on this earth to be something. I'm definitely be a star. I know that for a fact. I know I was meant to be a star, but I'm definitely here to do more. So
facts. And you know what, BML, I'm gonna tell you,
that's fire.
Thank you.
You being here right now, you even opening up, sharing yourself, being so young, and like being able to put yourself out there, you're already a star. You're already trailblazing. You're already creating a path that other people your age may never consider in a whole lifetime. You know what I'm saying? And when we look at it like that, it's like, damn, like, how could I give up? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you
That's a fact.
Facts. You know what I'm saying? And so within like your music senses and like what genres you like or whatever, do you actually have any inspirations musically or athletically or whatever it may be that kind of inspired you to make your sound, like the sound that you have actually like created?
Yeah, so I'd say my top 3 music inspirations is gonna have to be Tupac, Chris Brown, and Michael Jackson.
Hey,
Yeah, if I have to put a
that's a
blend,
good mix.
it's just gonna be those 3. I feel like it's just what I grew up on. I grew up bumping Pac, Biggie, Cube, you know, all of that. I grew up listening to Chris Brown, Michael Jackson. So just all of that, it made me who I am today. So,
Facts.
you know, I'm definitely influenced by them. But one thing that I also do try and do is, you know, I love new artists nowadays and everything. I definitely listen to people. But one thing I try not to do is always listen to everybody, because at the end of the day, I still like to be my own artist, you know? So I try not to listen to too much music, because at the end of the day, I don't want to just, you know, say you listen to something too many times, your brain picks up on that. Then when you go back to the studio, you think you got an idea, but that idea is from some other song that you just been listening to so much. So I try to just train myself to listen to me, listen to the people that I like.
Yes.
You know,
I'm trying not to like freak out right now, because like, yo, we are on a very similar fucking wavelength. And I'm not just saying this, like, it is so crazy, because people ask me, oh, Jesse, like, what podcast do you listen to? What inspires you to like do what you do? I actually don't really listen to podcasts. And most people listening will be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I really don't, because I felt like, and I'm a painter, same thing with painting. I felt like I would always be taking others' ideas and like reincorporating into mine, but in a way where it would be too much like them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still need to keep my genuine self, my authenticity.
You want to create your own lane. So
yes.
definitely understand.
And I think that a lot of young artists are in our situations, or growing up in this day and age, might not understand that, because of like a lot of effects based from social media. And I think it's very like all encompassing. And I don't know how you feel, but like, to promote this, I have to use social media a lot fucking more than I would ever want to.
Definitely.
Do you know what I mean? In a lifetime. How has like promotion and branding on social media, like, how has that been for you as an artist?
I think well, honestly, I wouldn't know what it was like back then. So I know that back then it was different. You had to, you know, sell CDs out your trunk, you know, try and get yourself struggle. Yeah, you know, but nowadays it's like, I'm kind of glad I'm also born in this generation, because with this technology, I'm able to brand myself from my phone or where I'm at. I'm able to take pictures or videos and upload it online and get thousands of people to see it just by using a certain algorithm. And it's just all about how we use the platform. And I think it's great. I think it's, you know, easier than how it was back then. So shout out to technology. Shout out to, you know, Instagram.
Shout out Meta, whatever that is. Whatever the fuck Meta is.
Definitely.
That's fire.
And you know, new year, big things. You just got signed to DTW. Gang. Were you the first artist signed to DTW?
I believe so.
Okay, because that's under my impression. That's what I had understood. So being the first artist signed to DTW, do you have any plans in the works? Any things coming up that you have been thinking about, whether it be music release wise or show wise, or things you can't talk about wise, but
I can let you in on a little bit. I can let you know.
Shit.
I can let you know that, you know, me, Party Boy, Kazi, Joey, we about to run it up 22, and from there on, you feel me? I can let you know that we definitely gonna be working on a lot. We definitely got some things coming soon. I have an album coming, Resonate 3, the final chapter. I've been working on that for about a year now. It's almost done, but I want to add more to it, so just be on the lookout for that. I've already have like 1 or 2 videos shot for it. I have photos and everything, but I want to get a couple more videos done so that I just have content to drop. Once it's all gone, it's just stay consistent. So I think this one is gonna be one of those
That's
great ones.
dope.
Thank
And
you.
are you involved in the visual process? So I know you write.
Mm-hmm.
So most of your songs are written by yourself.
Yes.
Are you also involved in like the aspect wise of videoing and concepts and stuff?
Yeah. So, I had a videographer named Jenny. Shout out to Jenny.
Shout out.
Shout out to Jenny. She just moved to LA. You know, she's
Hey.
pursuing her videographer career. So shout out to her.
That's awesome.
So with me and her, she would shoot my videos, but it's like I would just tell her ideas that I had because I'm a storyteller. It's easy to paint pictures with lyrics. So it's like if I'm using my lyrics to paint pictures, I want it to be able to tell throughout the video. So I'd be like, if this lyric says something, I want it to match up me doing that, you feel me? Or I have a certain scenery for this type of song, or this is the mood. But yeah, 9 times out of 10, I have ideas. I probably won't have full creative control because I like to give her creative control. I like to let her know that, you know, I believe in you just like you believe in me. So do what you got to do. As long as at the end of the day, we're able to come together and be 100% and respect each other, then from there on out, we're good. But,
that's dope.
you know.
So now that Jenny's in LA pursuing her dreams, is DTW going to be doing more of your video production, or that's something that's going to be in the works?
It's definitely something in the works. I know that Jenny was family, and her brother records and everything too. Like he shoots and everything. So I definitely want to try and keep it well connected. I'm gonna see if he's able to, you know, now get into the group. You know,
Facts.
just because we had a bond. So it's like, you know, I don't want to just lose that. So it's like.
And that's before you were even like had a name for yourself. So it's like important to build with those people.
Yeah, so she helped
who
me
recognize
build.
you.
Yeah, so definitely it's like that's her brother. So just I consider it family. So, you know,
Facts.
it's like if I have to, you know, obviously we're gonna reach out, find different videographers and everything. But I want to build from the ground up. I want people to be able to come to us. Like that's you know who, that's BML JR, that's DTW, that's Party Boy Woods, that's Cause. You know, I want people to know exactly who we are. So
and y'all are such good vibes, you know what I'm saying? Like the energy is just so hype between y'all, and just like the building and trying to make a name for Boston and trying to do things out here. And you know, just from like you growing up here, did you actually grow up in the city? Okay, so like you being raised in the city, growing up in the city, what does it mean to you to like make a name over here, or just like to build the culture or bring the culture forward, for people like maybe your age or younger people looking up to trying to get to do the same thing?
I just want to be able to show the world that even though it's a small city, we got big talent, big dreams, you feel me? So we able to show the world that, like, don't count us out. There's probably more talent here than you would think in another city or another state. So it's like, I want to be able to put on and come back and give people the opportunities to put themselves on so that we can create a city that everybody put each other on. You feel me? Like, that's just how it has to be. Everybody has to eat. Not everybody is willing to put in the work, so you got to know exactly who to work with. But yeah, it's time to put Boston on the map.
Hey, you already know.
You know the vibes.
Don't play. I like to say this, and I've said it many times, and I will say it many more. My table is big enough for everybody to eat at. You feel me? Like, people have their single tables, their plate, their cup. Nah, we have plates, cups. We have tables for every fucking person.
Definitely.
Last supper type shit. Pull up a chair. You feel me?
Definitely.
Because that's the only way that we can, you know, continue to create and make something great for our city, and you know, and pull out people like you, amazing young artists who are up and coming, but like maybe without the right opportunities wouldn't have been able to get their voice to where it should be. You know, and you know, for yourself, whether personally, music wise, relationship, family, anything wise, however you want to take this, do you have any like up and coming goals for yourself to become a better artist or a better you?
I'm actually glad you say this. Something that I've been telling myself lately is stay disciplined.
Facts.
Oftentimes we can get carried away and, our heads get blown up. But I like to remain humble. Like, I know where I come from. I know what I've been through. And I know that even at the end of the day, where I get where I'm supposed to get, I still want to be able to look back and know that I got my soul left intact. You feel me? I know exactly who I am, and I know that I didn't cheat my way there. I didn't switch up for no money, no fame, or none of that.
Exactly.
So, literally.
Yes, and that, oh my gosh, BML, you got some fucking gems you're dropping. And the thing is, I just resonate with you. Mm-hmm. Do you feel me? I don't resonate with 1, 2, or well, maybe all your albums, I don't know, but I just resonate with literally everything that you are saying. Like, that's a soul vibe. That's a vibe where it's like when people our age are listening in and they've been going through the struggle of, being down now, losing people, being depressed, feeling like they can't make it. Like, y'all can fucking make it. Like, if I'm telling you I can make it, in BML, are you telling them?
Definitely. I done been through all that. Depression, being at my lowest, breakups, heartbreak, street stuff. That's why I'm able to talk about what I'm able to talk about. It's just I'm a mixture of everything, you feel me?
Yeah.
I grew up, my dad's side was the thugs, my mom's side is the nurturers, so it's kind of hard, you feel me? It's just I'm a mixture of both, so I definitely understand, I got a great mindset, and I'm glad I am who I am.
And unapologetically, too, because there's no shame. And for anyone listening in, there's no shame at all of representing yourself and your story, a story that you weren't chose to be put in. Do you know what I mean? You can choose how the story ends, maybe, but you didn't choose how it started.
That's a fact.
None of us chose how it started. So that within itself is like amazing for anybody who is also going through that. And I don't know if you do, if you don't, but do you have any advice if there's anyone listening in who maybe, can relate to your story and is struggling right now and wants to be an artist and wants to push through and maybe become something for Boston in the future and feels like they have no way out or nothing or nobody?
Yeah, definitely. I would say stay committed. Stay humble and don't give up. Know who you are, because if you stay committed through it all, even if you go through heartbreak or you go through, leaving friendships or leaving a job, just stay committed to doing something that you love to do, because at the end of the day, that's going to make you feel better and you're going to see the progress through it all. You feel me? Like, even though you're emotional right now or your feelings are hurt right now, you got to know. You got to think about the long game. You got to make sure that it's worth it. So that's usually what I try and do, is just think about the long term. Don't think about the short term, because one thing that Drake said that kind of sticks to me too is a 3-day rule. The one day you'll be in your feelings about it. It'll bother you. Second day, you'll still be mad about it or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Third day, there's something new already going on and you forgot about it. So it's just like, give yourself some time. Go through it. Go through that pain, you feel me?
Yeah.
Grow from that pain. Turn your pain into champagne. Just like Pop Smoke said. Shout out to him, R.I.P. Turn your pain into champagne and stay committed. Be who you are.
Facts, yo. Facts. Like, everybody listening in, no matter who you are, where you started, where you're going, what you're involved in, you have a choice right now when you're listening to this to make a difference, to make a change. It's never too fucking late. It's never too early. It's the perfect timing whenever you realize or recognize that you are a greater self, that you have something more to you. That's the perfect time to start doing it. Whether BML did it during his struggle or I did during my struggle, or whether you're at your happiest point in your life and that's when you find it, it doesn't matter. It's just about embracing that, and it's so crazy because I've never had a guest like already answer my question before I got to it, but I'm still gonna fucking ask it. And if you want to repeat what you said, that's cool.
Definitely, let's go, bring it on.
But I have to, because you are such an old soul. Like, what to you, BML JR, does it mean to be an old soul in a young world, even if you're not an old soul in the young world? But I feel like you are.
To be an old soul in the young world, I feel means to be, you have to know wisdom, you have to be knowledgeable, you have to know compassion, you have to know when, you just have to know yourself, you feel me? Growing up, it's like, growing up how I did, I had to learn all that early. So it's different for certain people. Some people don't learn that until they're 18 years old or 21 years old, but
or 80.
You feel me? So as long as it takes, but I think to be an old soul in a young world means you just have to stay strong. You have to be committed to who you are and believe in yourself and don't give up. So this generation is changing. The world is changing, but sometimes you have to change with it. But as long as you change by being who you are.
Yeah. That's fire.
I couldn't have asked for more of a perfect answer. Honestly, BML, you are such a bright soul within yourself.
Thank you.
Anything that you go through in the future, any struggles, whatever, I just hope you know that anytime you're pushing through that, all your fans listening and watching in, they're fucking pushing through with you, and you're helping them push through.
Thank you.
Of course, yo.
Likewise.
That's what matters. You know what I mean? Bringing the people up when you're bringing yourself up at the same damn time.
Definitely.
And again, just thank you so much for taking the time to come on today.
Thank you.
Can you please tell the people again where they can find any of your music?
Yes. You can find me on all platforms at BML JR. You can find me on all social medias at BML JR. Make sure you go stream Resonate 1, Resonate 2, and For the Hell of It out now on all platforms. So go check that out right now. And I just want to say thank you, Jesse, for having me. Shout out to Old Soul Young World, and we in the building.
Hey, DTW is in the building, been in the building on multiple episodes of Old Soul Young World now. You already know we love y'all. The energy is just immaculate. If you guys have not checked them out yet, DTW Entertainment, they got all their artists signed. So we got BML Jr., we got Party Boy Woods, and we got Kazi. They're going to be dropping heat in 2022. You don't want to fucking miss that, and you don't want to miss them bringing our city up. You already know. Dedication, motivation, everything that BML said today was complete truth, guys. If you don't believe in you, find it somewhere within, pull it out of you. I know it's in there. If we can do it, you can do it too. So guys, make sure that you take all of this knowledge, this wisdom, the gems that we dropped today, carry it over your next week. You know, put it in your head. Think about what you can do to be a better you by the time that you tune in with us again. So guys, catch me here next week on Old Soul in the Young World with your host, Jesse Ellie.